big difference with Arsenal this season is depth. They can afford to give Bukayo Saka the night off because they've got him behind him.
Yeah, he has done amazing, and I can't express. I'm a big Chelsea fan. When Arsenal bought him at the start of the season, I was flabbergasted. I thought, oh my God, if there was one player I would have sold at Chelsea, it would have been him. I never see him go past anybody. Didn't really set the world alight at Stamford Bridge. He's gone there and he's been absolutely phenomenal. He's made me eat my words. But there's always horses for courses. At Chelsea, you turn up at Chelsea, it's slow. It takes time to get. Arsenal, it's bang, 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 get it out to the winger before anybody can double up, and it's quick. And when he gets one-on-one, I expect him to go past the fullback every time. That's how good he is. But he's not Saka yet, in my opinion. But what a person to have as someone to keep on coming on. As good as anybody, and probably better than Saka at 1v1s. I think if you can get him 1v1, I think he's absolutely outstanding. He done brilliant that night. That was unreal. Then he kept on doing it. And it was going wrong then. But yeah, he's made me eat my words. I think he's been absolutely brilliant. But the way Arsenal play suits his game. They get the ball out to the wingers very, very quickly.
The point is, now, and maybe he in his own mind will think, well, one day I can really challenge Bukayo Saka. But it goes back to what I said before, that you can afford to not play Saka, where there were some games, we'd have watched Champions League matches last season, we thought, what is he still doing out there, Saka, after 70 minutes? But also he can play on the left. He gives you options across that front line, flexibility, and as we've said, Mikel Arteta now isn't just calling on 13, 14 people to try and get through 4 competitions.
Yeah, very much so. And it's clever what Arsenal have done, and they've done it very quietly. Do you know what I mean? All of a sudden they go buy him, and all of a sudden we all sit there and go, my God, look at that squad. And they're not like mega superstars. It's not like they've gone out and bought 10, 80 million pound players. They've just bought players here and here and here, and they've got an unbelievable squad. But Arteta can still get it wrong. And he got it wrong horribly on Saturday.
Against Villa?
Horribly wrong.
How?
With Gyökeres. Gyökeres has to play against Aston Villa. I know Merino's done well and he scored 2 very important goals. But you've bought this player as the missing link, and they're going to Aston Villa, who are probably the most banging form team, or they are the most banging form team in the country. So in that game, they're going to have periods, Villa, where they're going to put Arsenal under severe pressure. So you need that battering ram up front, and that player who's willing to hold the ball up, fight Konza, and get them throw-ons halfway in the other half, just to take the pressure off, especially when your big boys are not playing at the back. He didn't do that. He played Merino. How many times did Arsenal break in the first half with pace and they had to turn back because there's no one up front? There wasn't a focal point. It was only in the second half when he went up there, it was a different game. But yeah, that's the problem he's going to have now, is making the right decisions, when to leave Saka out and bring Madueke in.
When we were talking about ego there with Mo Salah, what do you think that does to someone like Gyökeres' ego then, to be left out of a game against one of the better teams in the division?
It won't happen again. It won't happen again. I'd be shocked if it happened again. I think Arteta got blindsided by the goal against Brentford, and I think he scored another big goal the week before, and he's done well for him. But you're not going to win the league with Merino up front, even though he's a good player to come in every now and then. But for the big games, and as I keep on saying with the Mo Salah one, when you're a manager, you go to your best players, and you bought that player for them games, for them big games. It's like when we see Vert sitting on the bench when they're playing Man United. That's like Liverpool's big game. You don't pay 115 million and you have him on the bench with Isak or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I think Arteta's he got it horribly wrong last week. Horribly wrong, but not very rare.
Therefore, that they play Liverpool on the 8th of January, which again is a huge game in the context of their league season.
There's a bigger game, and that is next weekend. Not this weekend, because they'll beat Wolves. And if Man City go and win at Palace, by the time Arsenal play again, they could be second in the league. That game is the biggest game of the season, because they're going to be second. They could be second in the league, and we're talking 6-7 points clear not long ago, and they're going to run away with this league. It's a lot different playing when all of a sudden you turn up at the game, you could be second in the league, and you're like, wow, where's that come from? We can't play any better. We've been really good, and we're second in the league. And Man City haven't been amazing. Do you know
There's weaknesses there, aren't there?
There's weaknesses, but they keep on getting over the line in certain games, and other games they're dominating. That's the big game for me, is the following weekend.
My point about the Liverpool game was going to be, because I think there's a chance he might be fit enough by then, fully fit. In the biggest of games, does Gyökeres start down the middle, or does Havertz start down the middle in that position?
Good question. Good question, because Havertz is a good player. You know, very top draw player. Again, horses for courses with them two. I think, you know, when you're playing Wolves at home, if Havertz was fit, I'd play Havertz. I think he's got that guile. They're going to sit 10 behind the ball. He can connect with people. He can drop short. He can flick. He can get the ball in the box, 6'4", something like that. When you're playing Aston Villa and you're playing teams away, when you play Liverpool away and Man City, where they're going to have big parts of possession and put you under pressure, then you play Gyökeres up front, because he holds the ball up and he wins free kicks and he'll win throw-ons. And them throw-ons that fans at home will go, oh, we ain't done anything. All he's done is closed him down. He's kicked it out of play. But them two centre-halves are thinking, oh, my God, thank you. And they get up on the halfway line, they get a breather, and then they can go again. And I think that's priceless. So I think it'll be horses for courses in certain games. Havertz will play, and then Gyökeres.
Wiki, what can you do? Can you create something when your team cannot help you? That's exactly what he did. Takes the ball, said to the player from Bruges, go to the gym, gets inside and smashes it off the crossbar. I love that. Create something out of nothing. Well done, Madueke.
Win for Arsenal for your team in a game that you said that could potentially be a difficult away game.
It is tough to win against Brugge away from home, but you know what? There were some new players. When I say new players, like in the starting lineup, or Declan Rice didn't start, Saka didn't, whatever. A lot of players were on the bench, but then, you know, this is what I'm saying. What can you do? Can you create something out of nothing? Again, you know, Noni Madueke sending a player in the gym first over there, turns, go back inside. Hey, boom, move, go back inside, and then he had one thing in his mind, is to strike that ball in. What a goal.
And then he got a complete contrast to the first goal. And that's what you want from your attacking players. Can they score all sorts of goals, but especially these goals. The long range one won't happen too often, but he's got to make sure, as a wide player, he gets in at that back post, and he couldn't miss.
Couldn't miss?
Couldn't miss, and he didn't miss.
We've got some great goals tonight, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
Especially in the women's with Leon, but this one from Martinelli is outstanding. Look at, wowzer! Bends it into the top bag. Keeper has no chance. 3-0, the Arsenal.
The Arsenal.
We'll play.
Come back. That must have felt great, did it, tonight?
Well, thank you. First of all, I want to say thank you to God. You know, if it was not God, I'm 100% sure he'll be not here with this mentality, with this health, with you know, belief. You know, because 11 months out, I could see how God works in my life. You know, how I'm blessed every single day to be alive, to be health, and then obviously was long 11 months out of the pitch, and then first I think 3 months I was with a lot of doubts in my head, and then obviously I could be more focused on what God wants from me, and then obviously my life turning another life, another perspective. You know, now I see the life very different because of I read the Bible every single day, so that's helped me a lot. And then obviously, first thing I want to say is thanks for God.
And Mikel was saying yesterday in the press conference that you'd worked so hard to be back. You kept saying, I'll be back early, and then here you are tonight. What did it mean to you to be back on the pitch?
It means a lot, you know, like obviously, like I said before, I keep saying that, and then he'll say this forever in my life. If it wasn't Jesus, I will be not here. I will be not like I am now. Obviously, like I said to the boys, now everyone were expecting me to score, and then obviously I want to score. I had some opportunities, but even with that, I'm so happy and I'm so pleased, because to come back and then to have some touches that I had tonight, and then the way I could move, the way I could keep the ball, your movement, did some movement, good movements. So with 11 months of doubting myself and then scared to come back different, with some limitation, just to see, just to walk outside and then play around the ball, play with the boys. I'm so pleased, and then obviously it's not me, it's God. So I'm here to say God saved my life for sure.
And you come back into the team at a really important time of the season as well, because the games are going to be coming now. So do you feel ready?
More than ready. Like I said, at the same time I had a lot of moments of doubts. I was believing myself as well, because like I said, read the Bible every single day helps me a lot to keep believing, keep fighting, keep working every day, because there's no easy, when you just doing like same thing every single day, work in the gym for like almost like 6 months, and then after I started to train outside alone, and then obviously for me was very important, like and then also one more like very important thing is the people around me, my wife, who helped me a lot every single day. The first 2-3 months she was exceptional about like health stuff, food. She helped me a lot every single day, bringing ice, every single morning and night I was like doing game red, like 5 times a day, and then she was like all the time bring me ice. So this kind of thing people don't see. So I'm so pleased that I have my wife behind by my side, help me a lot, and then obviously my kids, and then obviously the last but no less important was the physios, the Elios, Simon, that's helped me a lot, very good. Isaac as well, he went to Brazil with me, him and Elio, so they helped me a lot. They keep, Elliot every single day, he was pushing me every single day, so I'm so pleased. And then if I'm like strong that, and then if I come back early,